Allegiant has certainly served the area well. What would you do, or what might you do, to attract additional airlines to the airport so we don't have all of our eggs in one basket?
Hey, you said I'm the airline guy. Well, I'll tell you that, right now that to get a traditional trunk airline in here, like United American and Southwest, Delta, those types of airlines, when you're so close to another airport, being Fort Myers, they tend to not do that until you have a certain population density. Are there other airlines that we have a chance of having coming in? There is an airline in Canada. I am the president of the local Experimental Aircraft Association. A gentleman from there came and approached me and said that there is a low-cost carrier that is interested in coming down here. That's something, if I get on the board, I would pursue. I think the board should not be in the everyday running of the airport. It shouldn't be involved in the actual nuts and bolts of running the airport. It should be making policy, some procedures, but it should be going out to develop other businesses into the area, be it airlines, be it maintenance operations. Here's an example. Airbus has a facility going up in a lakefront. They are building the hangar. I think it's about $55 million. That would bring in high-paying technical jobs to this area. Why did we not go after that? We are in a perfect position. We have land for that. We should have had the foresight, and maybe sometimes the knowledge, and I have some of that knowledge, and I have some insight into what they're doing. I approached HondaJet about the same thing.
I agree. I'm in sales, and it's never a good idea to have all your eggs in one basket. So definitely pursuing another airline would be on my agenda. With that being said, an airport is a reflection of a community, and I feel like Allegiant really fits well with what our community is all about, with the ultra low cost model, and I agree with that. It's working very well. I would look for another airline that's comparable to Allegiant, maybe different locations. I know from what I've heard, they're looking at some locations, another airline that has locations out in Canada. So we're not really competing with Allegiant, the same type of airline or something I'm pursuing, because the budget, the plan is working so well right now. What's not broken, let's not fix it.
Basically, from my experience, right now the hole that we have in our air transportation system here is predicated somewhat on our demographics. What we have here is basically a retirement community, tourism community, and one of the things we don't have, a big market that's available, is the business traveler. And the historic carriers, like Mr. Smith mentioned, that's what they're looking for, the historic carriers. But I think there's an element that we really need to go after, and that's a connection, like to a Charlotte, Atlanta, probably not, Dallas is too far, but somewhere that we can connect our people, whether they need a tourist or the retirement folks that are going to Europe, where we can connect to a community that has international service. And there are ways of doing that, and that direction needs to be given the staff with board approval to go after that type of a market, and they are out there.
I don't know if many of you know this, but we have 30+ businesses on our airport right now. We have Pulsefeeder, which is a manufacturing company. They've been there longer than I've been there. We have a air freight company. We have FedEx that just built a brand new big building. They all pay us rent also. So it's not just the airline that we get revenue from. We have 2 fuel farms out there. We have planes that come in and out and we fuel the planes. And also Allegiant has their own fuel farm. that they use. And that is revenue back to us also. So do we need another airline in there? Maybe one day, perhaps. We're doing great with how we got it right now with Allegiant Airlines. We've gone to over 30 cities. And everywhere I go and talk to people in the community, they say to me that's a terrific airport. It's easy to get in and out of. It's easy to drop people off and pick them up. And they're just thrilled with that. And if any of you would like to give me some comments afterwards, I would love to hear them also. Thank you.
Yeah, first I'd like to thank you for making yourself available to answer questions from the public. Oh, great. I want to thank you for making yourselves available for the public. My question is Allegiant is our airline. And I know we provide good services to Allegiant and they provide good service to us. But do we have a deal that's good with Allegiant? I mean, airplanes are paid for and services are paid for by airlines. And I wanted to know if we have a fair deal.
Landing fee.
I think we have a terrific deal with Allegiant Airlines. They have, let me just read one thing. The economic impact from just having Allegiant there has brought $350 million to us here. Businesses are looking at it. Tourists are coming in. They're coming to our restaurants. They're coming to our recreational areas. Unfortunately, our beaches, maybe not so much, but they're coming to our malls. They're coming to our local shops. We are getting this income from Allegiant, and it's being spread out all over the community. So I think it's a fair deal. I think it's a good deal, and I hope they stay forever.
Well, I'll say that Allegiant right now, and it came out in the financial findings of the 20-year master plan. The people that gave that report said that basically Allegiant is paying 27 cents per passenger. Now, how does that relate to other airports? Everybody wants to jump right into the mid-size, small hub airport funds that most airlines pay at, say, a Fort Myers or a Tampa. Allegiant is a low-fare carrier. They are not going to pay those same funds. Those carriers are generally paying $7.50 to $8.50 per passenger. Does Allegiant need to pay that? No, they don't need to pay that. What they pay at most of the other airports, okay, and we'll look at just the Florida market. If you look at St. Petersburg Airport and up at Sanford, Orlando, they don't like to have that Orlando thrown in there. But Fort Lauderdale will push in that because that's a different type of airport over there. But those airports, very similar in style of running as Punta Gorda, Allegiant is paying somewhere between $1.40 per passenger and $1.70 per passenger from the last report that I saw. Is there room? Is there something that you need to change now? The airport is putting money in the bank. No, I don't think so. In the future, you're not going to have car rentals and parking fees at some point. It will not be sustainable that is going to put money into the bank. And at that point, I think Allegiant we have the room to bring them to the point where they're doing comparable payment as they are in other markets in Florida, and that would support things. Here's an example.
Let's move on now.
I disagree. First, not for our concord, our airport's a reflection of us. And I feel that with our relationship with Allegiant is a win-win. Yes, they are paying 27 cents. I think the average is somewhere in $8, maybe the average for them is $1.40, I think you mentioned it, at Fort Lauderdale. But what we are getting is, like last year, $7.5 million in airline-related revenues we are getting the parking, we are getting fuel, we are getting rental car fees, and it's, we're in the black, as Mrs. Cooper said. $9 million in reserve, I mean, it's working tremendously and benefiting our community, benefiting all of our business owners, our restaurants, shops, healthcare industry, and we're winning, and it's growing, and they're being responsible for how the airport grows, and I'm supportive of the relationship we have with Allegiant, and we should continue to foster that.
Okay, the current business model that the airport uses is working, no question about it. We've got money in the bank. Whether or not, to answer the gentleman's question directly, Allegiant has a good deal here. There's no question about it if you look at the revenue. Ms. Price mentioned that we get $7.5 million in airline-related revenues. And here's where the argument is. Airline-related revenues come from parking lots, rent-a-cars, concessions, and all this kind of stuff. And that's where the majority of the revenues come. The minor percentage is actually coming from Allegiant. Now, what happens as their growth continues, say it will, so our expenses continue. And I think Allegiant at some point in time needs to be paying for the things they cause us to spend. Example, and was where Mr. Smith was going, our crash fire rescue services cost $600,000, and we're paying that to the county. And that's directly related to Allegiant Airlines being here. Last year, I believe Allegiant paid about $249,000, or $297,000 total. And there are some other examples I can give like that. But at some point in time, when we need the revenues, that's going to be one of the places we're going to have to go. You know, you got to pay the mortgage on your house someday. You got to have the revenue from it.
Apropos of the general aviation, I understand that the general aviation provides most of the business being done at the airport. I have no idea what it is, except for the fact that I believe that general aviation is going to continue to grow as long as Punta Gorda becomes a desirable destination. And Warren Buffett does a ton of business. Now, the question I have to ask people is what is the airport going to do to help the general aviation, and what technical advances do you think that general aviation would need to be able to continue to make Punta Gorda Airport a viable destination?
I'm very involved in general aviation out at the airport. I'm currently building an aircraft out there. Did another aircraft. I'm the president of the local experimental aircraft association. We're working with Western Michigan University to actually provide funds to some of our high school students who are interested in aviation. General aviation will and remain a large part of the airport. Our airport will always be a three-tier airport where you have airline, corporate, and general aviation. And we should be responsible as a board to make sure that each of those three legs that are out there at the airport are supported with decisions that we make as a board.
I am aware of the importance of the general aviation community, the PGD, and its history, and I think it's an important part of the growth of tourism in our area as well. I think the growth of Western Michigan University can also enhance that. I've heard there's a decline in the amount of pilots coming out through the ranks, and Western Michigan can be part of that, and also mechanics and training technical skills of some of the children and adults like me that are seeking higher education. That can all work to support the general aviation community. And as part of the master plan to increase the hangar space and update those, so I'll go, like I said, I'm very aware of the general aviation community and the importance it has to our community.
Let me tell you what's going on, and things that will happen tomorrow, at our special workshop on our budget and a special meeting looking at awarding, specifically negotiate with an engineering firm to fix our runways. The backbone of an airport are the runways. Both of our main runways need maintenance and reconstruction and attention. Probably gonna be running in the neighborhood of $17 to $20 million. Fortunately, there's gonna be funding out there that's gonna be available to accomplish that, that's now coming down the pike, and I think, with the staff is on track to try to capture as much of that money they can, because there's a caveat in the funding program that the money's gonna be available to airports our size. General aviation is very important. I've heard that, we need hangars. We've got 45 people waiting on a hangar list, and what I hear, from the past, well, all you guys that are renting hangars out there are old and you're gonna die, and then we have all these empty hangars. That's not the way to do business in my mind. I think we need to go out and have a program and spend $1 or $2 million so we can house the corporate airplanes.
Alright, now let me give you the story. Our general aviation pilots are the heart and soul of this airport. They kept us going during the hard times that we had. We appreciate them so much. We have not raised the hangar out in many, many years, because we appreciate these fellows. They are the heart and soul of our airport. Western Michigan University is being brought to our airport. We are going to train young people to be pilots. We're going to train young people to fix the airplane mechanics. Both things are needed in this industry. And we're going to provide the room for these guys and girls to come to our airport and learn a new trade, a new business that they will take with them into forever and ever, and they will be successful. Because our pilots started this, and they're just a terrific group of people, and we appreciate them very much. So we have a huge hangar waiting list. We have a huge waiting list for hangar rentals, so we'll probably be building more in the future also. So we're doing well, and we love those guys.
Yeah, we're running pretty far, slightly behind time.